In today's lecture, we're going to talk about teams and organizational resilience. It's always good to talk about how we're going to utilize AI in a team's environment. So this will be a good topic to talk about within this course. The overview, divine collaboration. This week we're going to focus on crucial and interplay between teams and organizational resilience. Christ view teamwork is not merely a pragmatic approach. Christ reviews teamwork as God's original design, and so therefore we're going to declare it to be what it. We're going to declare it in a way that we should utilize it within the AI augmented workplace. Now, when it comes to teams, we are not allowed to speculate about each individual. We should treat everybody as we would like to be treated. That way God deems it necessary. So if you're a true Christian, you're going to be able to incorporate this particular lecture into your everyday life when it comes to teamwork. Teamwork is a foundation for everybody to pitch in and do their equal work. Or if sometimes you may be on a team that you are much knowledgeable than someone else, and being a Christian don't mean that you boast about that knowledge. You're going to be a good Christian in order to be able to disseminate the work and understanding the ability of everyone as a team member. Like they always say, the word team, it has an acronym of together everyone achieves more. So make sure, you'll be able to incorporate into your everyday learning when it comes to AI augmented in the workplace. In the learning objectives, we're going to understand team structure. Team structure is something that you must understand. When it comes to a team structure, it aligns with the biblical principle shared wisdom. Where there is much counsel, there is victory. So understanding what kind of team you're on is good. Don't be a team member whereas you just own a team and doing your assigned work. Get together and know your team. Understand what is being proposed to you, and be a good person and stepping up and saying, this is what needs to be done. And we're going to do this in a biblical way where everybody get the praise that they deserve. Analyze the team dynamics. That's what I just got finished talking about. Analyze the benefits and challenges and look through the lens of a Christian stewardship and service, viewing collective work as an opportunity to glorify God. Let's talk about glorifying God. In order to glorify God, you're going to have to be a good person. You're going to have to represent yourself in an environment that may not be conducive for you. Sometimes we let our flesh take control of us and allow things to get us upset because we believe that we're doing something right and somebody on the team is not contributing as much as they can. Let's not step into that type of environment. Let's be that Christian person who understands that we all are working to achieve more on this particular project. So if you can do that, trust me, if you are the one who know more than the other one, don't let it be known that you are that person that is going to look upon yourself as the leader or as the person who's going to take all the credit. Understand that we are here to teach everyone. Everyone is not on the same level of educational wise or knowledge wise about a particular subject. Sometimes we come together as a team and talk about things that may be interesting to us and sometimes may not be interesting to other folks. So as a Christian, we shouldn't harp on that person who don't have that knowledge about that particular topic. That's one thing I've seen around here where, some people, oh, I did this. No, that's not being a Christian about it. Or being a Christian about it is spreading what you know, educating those of what you know, making the team better in order to uh, do what you need to do. It's just like a quarterback on a football field. Maybe he know all the plays, but when you get in there huddle, talk about it and say, okay, I know this particular play. It don't even have to be the quarter. It could be one of the linesmen. They can say, I understand what's going on and tell somebody else on the line to do that. But we as Christians have to follow what God has put before us and understand that everybody is not on the same level as a person who have that knowledge about a topic. Explore leadership strategy. Explore leadership strategies rooted into humanity and servant of leadership, embodying Christ's example. Uh, the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Well, again, we are here to serve everyone, that's around us. Don't think that you are so high that uh, you're not, you're not able to someone to come to you and give you some information that is needed. You know, AI is old, but it's new at the same time. The AI functions and the AI opportunities are very new. So therefore, you know, we must serve those that when we get this particular knowledge about AI, let's serve others by educating them about it. Let's educate them about AI. So let's understand that AI is here to be served amongst everybody. The rise of team, a fundamental unit. Unit diversity. Team harness various talents and perspectives. That's just like I was saying before this particular slide. You know, sometimes you're gonna come in an environment where you're gonna know more, or somebody on your team gonna know more. And how we disseminate information to everybody concerning AI is going to be the objective that we're going to look forward to. And connect the purpose, share objectives, bind team members. If you're able to share the knowledge about AI, what you have learned is going to be great. When it comes to your reading assignments, there's going to be somebody that's going to not understand exactly what's being read. There's going to be somebody who's able to understand what is being read. So when it comes to this is where your discussion question is going to come in play. And when it's time for you to discuss and provide your opinion about the topic that is asked you about. And when you go in and follow up behind one of your peers and talk about what they said, don't demand that whatever you're saying is right. Share your thoughts about, after reading what they shared, come back and share your thoughts about what you learned about, what you got from the reading topic about AI. And, not all the time there are going to be people who get the same thing and understand the same thing, how to read it after reading the same chapter, after reading the same paragraph. Is not going to come across them as the same way. Okay, by being on the team, you got collective strength. A team offers, trust me, a team offers strength, because whereas there's one week, a weekend, there's somebody strong. Uh, you know, I served in the military now, where I have served in the military for over 26 years. And that's one thing the military has taught me is when you're working as a team, you're able to be stronger than working by yourself. Because, even though, you may find some of those individuals out there who are able to disseminate and talk about things, but they're not going to know everything when it comes to AI. It's nowhere in the world. Like I said, I have been in technology now for over 30 years. And most people would think, or I know my family would think every time it comes to something need to be fixed, or, they're going to think that you should know something about this. When it comes to TVs, they come to me asking me, you should know how to fix the TV. It's a computer. When it comes to telephones, cell phones, they're going to ask me, Willie, you should be able to fix this because you know something about technology. But as a team, that's why every place I've been, I make sure I have contacts because I can reach out to anybody or somebody who knows something about something that I don't know about. I can know where to find the answer. And that's what being on a team offers you. It offers you a lot of resources, a lot of ways to get your point across when it comes to its group projects. So AI is going to offer you that opportunity when it comes to team projects. Implication for organization resilience, adaptability and trust. Teams that are built on trust are, are, are great to have. And open dialogue and navigate through disruption and adapt to changing environments, that is good to have because, not again, AI is going to change within any organization. AI is going to change that organization. So you're going to have those, excuse me, you're going to have those individuals within your organization go fight against it. When I was the chief information officer at a university, there was, I have resilience. I said this, people who was not willing to make change when technology changed. They had all these particular excuses, but things have to change. That's the way the world is. The world is going to change. It's not going to stay the same. I know sometimes we wish some of the old ways were back, but the world is continuing to evolve. Now, in this field, you're going to have Christian values because it's going to test your values. Again, like I said, when it comes to AI, AI is supposed to be used as a tool, but AI is also can be used to substitute to do work. As Micah 6 and 8, it said, "God leaders to design to design guide leaders to design workflows that honor dignity and fairness." That's what Micah 6 and 8 is trying to say. You're going to have to design certain workflows in order to get this particular technology across to other individuals. But at the same time, you can't expect someone who's not understanding of AI to adapt to it as quick as you are. So make sure, once you are in your organization and you possibly be the one who make these changes within an organization, don't expect quick change out of your peers because you're going to have those individuals who've been working there 10, 20 years who's going to have trouble in understanding what it is AI is used for. Compassionate design, workplace design should foster compassion. Every individual should be valued and given opportunity to thrive. That's exactly what I was just saying to you. Don't expect things to all of a sudden change because you are the one incorporating the change. You are if you're a traditional student or you're a non-traditional student, nine times out of 10, you were born into technology. And some of you probably born on the edge of when technology was really changing within the millennium. So therefore, you're gonna have to understand that the way you receive it is not the way others is gonna receive it. So give them the opportunity of understanding how AI is gonna benefit them and not replace them. There are some examples in team action. Agile squad, cross-functional teams in technology firms, team-based healthcare, interdisciplinary medical team, uh, educational collaboration, faculty and student group for innovative learning. When your instructor provides this course for you, you may not understand what's going on. And I'm pretty sure they have some idea of how to get you to understand about AI. Because when you read read the text and read the reading assignment, it's going to give you some information that you may not be familiar with. But if you have any trouble in understanding what you have read, reach out to your professor. maybe they can shed some light on it. If they can't shed some light on it, maybe they can go out and find someone who's who's been in this field, who developed this field, who able to more educate you with. Now this course may come with you being able to listen to some seminars or people talk about AI to get you to understand what it is. It also may give you opportunity to talk to certain organizations who recently have implemented AI into their organization and telling you how it has changed, how, give you some kind of comfort and letting you know that AI is not here to replace you, it's here to offer you new opportunities. Leaderships and team, we all are servants. So look at yourself as a servant once you get this education under your belt. Foster safety, ensure accountability, ignite innovation, embody servant leadership. For whatever you do, Christian servant leadership is very important. Uh, True leadership seeks to lift others. That is what leadership is. Some people think leadership is here to tell others what to do, but that's not what it is. Without those employees, you can't be a leader. Without someone under you, you cannot be a leader. Without the knowledge that you have obtained through life learning and things like that, you can be more of a better leader if you understand what's going on. Don't look down upon others because they're not where you at. So empowering yourself to be a Christian servant leadership is something that you should model yourself after. Building resilience on a spiritual discipline. Anticipate preparing for future challenges. Now, AI offers, again, as we said throughout this course, AI offers plenty of opportunities within any organization, within your higher education learning. It offers a lot of opportunities. Flexible structures, design an agile system that can adapt and pivot. So, once you understand these flexible structures, you're able to, adapt to them and being able to pivot from where you were before to a better, more prospective place, because learning is the key to success. We always think that we get at a certain point that we should stop learning, but that's not true. Life is a learning itself. Every day you look around you and be amongst others, you understand that you're learning something. You may not notice it. On your way home, you may not notice certain things. Walking past people, sharing ideas and things like that. I have learned a lot from my students, from my children, from my grandchildren. You can learn certain things. So don't be resistant to learning. Always continue to learn. Uh, Again, we come to this point that where the reading assignments are important. The writing assignments are extremely important, and also the discussion question. Again, the discussion question offers you opportunities on the insight of your peers, and if you are able to give them feedbacks of your opinion.